Hello Vikings. Welcome to, I guess you could say this is my front yard. I'm about half a mile away from my house. Not too far. But this is my attempt at Viking training task 2. Hi, I'm Win. This is my attempt at Viking training task 2. I live on the coast of eastern North Carolina and trying to find a source of fresh water that's readily available is kind of tough. We've got a lot of ditches. Our ditches stay full of water pretty much year round, but they're farm fields, and so you get probably a lot of chemical runoff. I do all the spraying on the farm, so yeah, needless to say, I know what I'm putting out. So I've got couple old sand pits that have water in them. So I'm gonna walk and attempt to get some water, see if I can get down and get some without falling in. This is bear country. Fortunately, this time of year, bears are not too worrisome. So anyway, I'm going to take you on my little journey. Probably not the whole walking tour. Like I say, this is my front yard. This is family land. My wife's family owns all this property. And yeah, so it's a pretty interesting place to live. I love it. So just hiking through the woods here to make my way. There's the ground is very wet and swampy, as you can tell. I could probably dig a small hole with very little effort and get a pool of water. It wouldn't be too hard. I told my wife if the grid goes down and things get bad, dig a hole in our backyard 3 feet deep so you hit the sand table, and once you hit sand, the water just starts seeping in. So it's not hard to get water. I could dig a little well in no time. We have a pump and the availability of water, but you know, if the grid goes down, the pump goes away. Even with a generator, you can only run that thing for so long. So anyhow, I'm probably gonna pause this and then try to string things together. Not a very good video editor, so we'll see how it turns out. It's a beautiful day here in eastern North Carolina. It's probably 50s, 60s maybe. Not too bad. Very comfortable day. Had a fire going most of the day in the backyard. I love living out in the country. I hear about all these different places. I guess our biggest problem where I'm at is probably the threat of hurricane. We have hurricanes here. Of course, we had a bad one this year, Hurricane Florence, which we were blessed and very fortunate to have missed the brunt of it. We were a little bit north of where the main storm hit. So we didn't really get too bad. We had some flooding, some storm surge, and that's another problem. with finding fresh water where I'm at is just the simple fact that saltwater intrusion, saltwater inundation, farm runoff, chemicals, things of that nature. You know, a good charcoal filter will help eliminate a lot of that, need be. But the ability to gain access to some water, knowing that we've got a couple of decent sized ponds on our property that are far enough inland that you don't have to worry about saltwater intrusion, it's a big deal. I've tried to think of different ways. I mean, it's one of those, what's the old saying? Water everywhere, but not a drop to drink. And you know, desalination. The problem is our water is very brackish, so it's very dirty. It's not a very clean water. So I don't know how desalination works in those instances. I mean, the water looks like and has the consistency of a very strong brew of tea. So I don't know. I'm not real sure. It's something I've looked into and thought about, but it's kind of one of those things. It's like, what do you do? Billions of gallons of water. Find the right cross. Billions of gallons of water close by, but basically unusable, undrinkable. I could build some solar stills or something like that. I presume that would be an option. I really don't know. Haven't really come up with a good solution for that. We're a small family of 4. Like I say, we live fairly close to the water. We're within a mile of the river. Again, it's a very brackish. It's not uncommon to catch largemouth, smallmouth bass, catfish, and then turn right around and catch a flounder or a rockfish or striper or whatever, you know, some of the more saltwater fishes. It's a pretty interesting place to try to catch fish. We have blue crabs, which there's a lot of blue crabs in this area that are harvested and taken to Maryland. I love Maryland people saying, Maryland have the best blue crabs. I say, yeah, they come from North Carolina. And they'll argue with you and fight you tooth and nail, but I know the people who drive the trucks up to Maryland from North Carolina, they catch them, sort them, and haul them up north just as fast as they can go. Anyway, so this is where we're at. This piece of property, a lot of beautiful poplar, tulip poplars, make some good wood, good tinder for making fire starting and things of that nature. It's that's beautiful. Love it here. There's a lot of squirrels around here. My gosh, the deer population is just ridiculous. It is a very, very interesting place to be. Bears, like I said, I mentioned that before. Bear, if you've never eaten bear meat, you haven't had good meat. Bear meat is absolutely delicious. Some of the best meat, when properly handled and prepared, some of the best meat you'll ever eat. We very healthy bear population. I watched a couple of the other videos. Speaking of Maryland, the gentleman up in Maryland, man, that's a tough way to have to go at it. Basically getting water out of a concrete ditch. It's man, more power to you, brother. That is a hard, heavy-duty task for sure. We're coming up on the ponds. Like I say, it's a short walk. Very easy. I'd hate to have come over here and get water every day. That would be pain in the tuchus. But then again, my shop has a metal roof, and fashioning a catchment wouldn't be that big a deal. I'm coming up here where my ponds are. Like I say, this is an old sand ridge that runs through here. So many years ago, the proprietor of this property used to use a drag line, old drag line, and harvest the sand out of here. Trying to decide on which one I'm going to draw from. The water is up quite a bit this year from last summer. It was way down, but you can see the deer. A lot of deer track. There's a trail running right through there. Come here to water. I don't know if there's any fish in these ponds. I know there's another pond just right through there that I do know have fish. Unfortunately, we had a couple of gentlemen lose their lives not too long ago because they were out there in a little John boat, or one man lost his life. They were in a John boat that sank, and one of the gentlemen didn't know how to swim, and he wasn't wearing a life vest. And no excuse for that. Wear your safety gear, wear your equipment. It's not worth it. The effort, the chance. Life vest is flotation device, PDF, whatever. Man, you save your life. It's not worth it. Like my father-in-law likes to kayak, and he refuses to wear his personal flotation device. He sits on it, and you know, we're so close to the Outer Banks. Every year you hear about someone dying. They find a kayak with a flotation device in the seat. Kayak's there, nothing. They never find the body. You know, a boater comes along, not paying attention, or some big waves or something capsizes the boat. You fall off. You can't swim very well, or if you're intoxicated or whatever, you're gone. You're gone. The other pond. I know this one has fish in it. I just want to do some. Be interesting to do some trot lines or something there this spring. This summer when I get an opportunity. Like I say, I work on a farm, so the opportunity to do things of that nature are very slim. Trying to get my stuff going, get my garden going this year. Tried last year and failed miserably. So let me see. I can find a good spot to draw some water here. I'm gonna see if I can pause it. There's a little finger of the other pond. It makes an L shape. There's the pond I just walked around. They're not very big, but I'll be willing to bet in this other pond, it's a little bit bigger. I'll be willing to bet it's got some brim in it at least. We get a lot of birds transporting eggs, things of that nature. Yeah, it looks like I can get down to the water's edge right over here fairly easy underneath these trees. Kind of an easy slope. Probably where some deer come down. And most of it's kind of like this. Got a pretty good drop off. Makes it hard to get to. Let me see. Let me pause. Okay. So, what my intent is to do is to use a Sawyer. That's going to use a Sawyer filter system, squeeze system, one clean, one dirty, 32-ounce bags, filter. I must admit I've never used this system before. Seems pretty thorough. It's got a good syringe, a hose for back flushing, some adapters where you could assume put it in line in like a thing, little suction. So I'm going to use this system and mark one of these as dirty and mark one of them as clean. So unfortunately they don't actually mark the bags dirty or clean. So what I'm going to do is when I squeeze it out into my trusty stainless steel canteen. Alright. You know what? I just realized that I've had this thing on vertical. It's not the best for YouTube, but anyway, it'll be what it'll be. Let's see if I can get some water without falling in. These bags don't seem to be, there's 32-ounce bags. Man, let's see how the easy way to fill these things up. Probably can't see me. Wait a second. Alright, well, So here we have it. What they're saying is 32 ounces. Take and attach. So a little trick would be to kind of like inflate the bag and try to hold it open. And let's see, I don't know if you're going to get much of this, but yeah. I guess another easy way would have just been to scoop the water into the bottle and boil it that way. They're about 16 ounces. First try. Cap on, try to keep from contaminating marginally clean water. I also have a filter that is a pump, an MSR style. Screws right on top of a bottle. Let's see. Not too bad. Put the cap on here. Maybe that'll help protect the threads. This on there. A little bit of water left in there. So there we have it. Doesn't taste too bad. So, water procurement complete. Hopefully, I can get home. I'm not gonna bore you with the walk back out. Make it back home. Maybe I can get the fire started back up, or I might use my little solo stove. I don't know. We'll see. Anyhow, part one, water acquired. Now I just got to make it back. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay, Vikings. I don't know if it'll let me switch my views here. Anyway, I'm going to have to figure out how to stitch these videos together. But back at the old casa, got my fire pit here. Got some wood. I stopped by and picked up some of that poplar bark and a poplar branch. Got my trusty old tea kettle. I love this thing. Then a pack here. Got my pack. dig my stuff out. Kit, fire starting kit, bottle of water. Like I stated before, I think I'm going to use a solo stove. These things are great. I don't know if y'all have ever used them, but man, they are awesome. Then, of course, the kit. This is some of Dave Canterbury's stuff. I really like his kit. So I'm going to get to see what I can do about getting the fire started. And oh, I don't know how this is going to look, but we'll see. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm processing the tulip poplar bark. I'm kind of shredding it up and try to get some of this fine hair, something that'll catch a spark. So I don't know if Pastor Joe will call this cheating or not, but I'm going to use a little bit of lighter knot. We have tons of it on the farm, around the farm, and he said no accelerants, but he also said natural. So what Pastor Joe doesn't know won't hurt him. So we'll keep that between us. Anyhow, okay, I'm going to finish processing this down, and I'll see if I can't catch a picture of it when I get a spark. So I'll be right back. All right, so now I'm going to attempt to strike a spark. I don't know if I'll be able to capture the process, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna clean it here. Maybe it's got a wide enough angle that it'll catch. There's my bird's nest. It's got a little bit of stuck a little char cloth in there. A little bit of my cheater lighter wood. Works like a champ. My trusty Mora that I've modified to take a good edge, maybe. Wow. Strike one. Come on, girl. Oh. Well, shoot. At first you don't succeed, try again. Char cloth is catching up, but I think my bark is a little, or my Oh, ow. Oh yeah. I think we got a fire now. Push it on down in there. Let her set the whole backyard on fire here. Oh yeah. My tinder bundle's a little bit too big for my solo stove here. So I am cheating again a little bit. This is paper birch. Smart man, prudent man. Where's his gloves? Really like this solo stove. Once you get a base fire going, this thing will just works. So I hope that's coming through good. So my teapot that I love this thing, little kettle of water that I filtered. So we're gonna boil it. Get it to stay up there. You have the ability to get paper birch in your area. Stuff is like having lighter fluid filled wood. It is just amazing as to how it burns. I use it to start all my fires in my fire pit. Works great. Keep it from falling over. Yep, so I'm going to keep it going here, get it going good, and be back in just a minute. There's our pet rabbit running around the backyard. It's kind of her roost, but I'll be right back. So, all right, well, move the fire up. She's roaring pretty good there. Maybe not roaring, but the water is starting to get hot. And in honor of Pastor Joe Fox, I love that symbol. Y'all know, I don't know if y'all know the source, but you want to know, just ask. But yeah, so the kettle is starting to creak, make a little noise. Water's getting hot. Just got to keep feeding in the sticks. It's a pretty simple stove to use. Really enjoy it. They got my in-laws the larger version, the bonfire or whatever they call it, and that thing is awesome. I like a more, I guess, somewhat traditional fire pit, but let's just keep feeding them in. So as soon as the water makes a boil, we'll just throw a little bit of instant coffee in. I think I already got it in there. Can't see it really well, but all right. So we're making hot water. Be right back. All right, man. Yeah, it's taking a little while. I put some little pieces of oak. You can probably see right there. It was a little wet, a little more wet than I thought it was. But it's catching up nicely now. You can, Mike can hear the water boiling. Yeah, I just got a warning that my battery is low, 15%. So I'm probably gonna have to cut this short. But anyhow, thanks for watching. Water is starting to steam a little bit. Tell you what. All right, well, Vikings, thanks for playing. I was hoping I was gonna get a good shot of the sunset, but a little too early. Anyhow, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't mock me too bad. Anyway, God bless, and whatever Pastor Joe Fox says. Anyway, y'all have a good evening.